from the Arco Arena, Sacramento, California. It is the second edition of the World Cup of Boxing, the Philippines versus Mexico, being brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, in association with La Cerveza Tecate, beer with attitude, Rockstar Energy Drink, party like a rock star, and Ice Link Watch, exquisite timepiece. This bout, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Bantamweight Championship of the World. Supervising for the WBO, Luis Perez. This bout being presented in association with Ala Boxing and SGG Sports Promotions. The judges are Steve McKnight, Steve Morrow, and C.J. Ross. The referee in charge, Pat Russell. Introducing first, the challenger fighting out of the blue corner. He steps in wearing gold trunks trimmed in red and weighing in at 117 pounds. As a professional, he maintains an impressive record consisting of 51 victories with 6 losses, 2 draws, and 34 of his victories coming by way of knockout. The former WBC super flyweight champion of the world. From Manila, the Philippines, Gerry Penalosa. Across the ring in the red corner, he steps in wearing black, trimmed in the colors of Mexico, green, white, and red. His official weight, 116 pounds. As a pro, his record consists of 34 victories, along with 5 losses, and 29 of his victories coming by way of knockout. He is the WBO Bantamweight Champion of the World. De la Ciudad de México, DF, Jhonny Gonzalez.
All right, there's the line right there. Come over here, Johnny. There's the line right here. See that, Coach? 12 rounds for the championship of the world. Touch off your gloves, come out at the bell. Good luck.
So we are set in front of an enthusiastic crowd here at the Arco Arena. Jhonny Gonzalez defending his bantamweight title against Gerry Penalosa. Will weight be a factor for Gonzalez? Can Penalosa right what he felt was a wrong in his loss to Daniel Ponce de Leon? We will solve that riddle over the next 12 rounds. Gonzalez has recorded 5 first-round knockouts in his career. Penalosa, who has campaigned at super flyweight in his career, has just 1. Gonzalez in the black trunks, a decided reach advantage measured from the armpit to the end of the fist, 24 inches, nearly 2.5 inches longer than Penalosa.
And you know the funny thing about that, he needs to use that reach because Penalosa wants to get in there and get in there close because he really realizes that he's at a disadvantage on size and reach. So cutting off the ring is very important for him, and stepping over to his left is even more important to him because that's the way Johnny's going. He's going towards his left.
What about the footwork, Lennox? Southpaw against the orthodox fighter.
Well, the southpaw is doing the right thing. If you notice, there's a couple instances where Penalosa is actually stepping on his foot. The referee hasn't caught that yet, but he definitely needs to keep that right foot on the outside of Gonzalez.
about the shorter Penalosa trying to get inside? He's giving away 3.5 inches of height. How does he do it?
Well, footwork is a key to get inside. Moving inside. Every time Jhonny throws a punch, he has to duck inside of his punches, not on the outside. But he's doing the right thing. He's got his hands up. He's not taking any silly shots in there. And he's moving in. He's putting a little pressure on Jhonny. Right now, he should be really cutting off the ring and not following him around. But he's trying to get in there with the jab, which is doing well.
Gonzalez right now controlling the distance against Penalosa, landing a good left hand to the body.
Gonzalez not really throwing too many punches. He's like he's picking his shots very carefully. He doesn't want to waste his punches. He's one of those boxers that don't like to waste too many punches.
Like to see a little more punch output from Gonzalez.
Stop the bell.
Gonzalez should remember this is only the first round, the figure-out round, so we're not really expecting too much. But right now they're really banging it out.
They figured it out for 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and then just traded over the final 10.
Siguiendo, está desesperando, está aventando volados,
He's throwing you an overhand right. Pick him up, the uppercut, but keep him at a distance. You follow me? You know how to do it. Throw a body, a left hook to the body.
Pero hazlo, ¿sale?
Come on, but do it.
All right, Jerry. Stay low, keep working that body, okay? Good job, okay? Now, don't follow him. Cut that ring off for me, okay? All right? All right, don't follow him. You want to cut the ring off, okay? Create some action, okay? All right? Keep moving that head, staying low, okay, son?
Seconds out! Smile. So an explosive end-to-end round number 1. Gerry Penalosa landing some pretty good shots against Jhonny Gonzalez as we get set for round number 2.
The last round, it was just a hustle. Who wants to win that last round? They both wanted to win it, so they wanted to get those last shots in there in that last 10 seconds.
Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya have put together a little tournament between Mexican fighters and Filipino fighters tonight. That's the entire card, and you hear the crowd reacting. There are a lot of Filipino flags being flown throughout the crowd, as well as Mexican flags, so there's some nationalistic flavor to this as well.
Jhonny Gonzalez is still kind of measuring out there. He's not really trying to take the fight over and assert himself like he should be.
What should he do more of, Lennox?
Well, he's doing the right things in the sense of he needs to throw more punches. He needs to be a lot stronger with his punches, especially with his jab. Try and keep the fight in the center of the ring. Penalosa's doing the right thing. He's putting the pressure on him. He's making him back up. He wants to get him against the ropes so he can take advantage of his shorter arms out of the two.
It seems as if Penalosa is slowly, in small increments, figuring out a way to close the gap a little bit.
Well, he has to. He's the shorter boxer. He doesn't want to keep this fight at long range because he's at a disadvantage having shorter arms. Going to the body is a good thing for him, Penalosa, to slow Jhonny down, realizing that he had to make weight. So that could be a good technical thing for him to do.
Gonzalez coming off a March 30th TKO win over Irene Pacheco.
Looking at Jhonny Gonzalez's punches, there's not too much steam behind him. He's just using his arms to really throw the punches.
You know, when we talked with Penalosa in the fighter meeting, he was convinced that this fight wouldn't even go the distance.
Well, he's on a search and destroy mission. He said, you know, I asked him what he's going to do in this round, in this fight. He said he's just going to search and destroy. He's going to knock Jhonny Gonzalez up.
Watch your feet.
He really seemed optimistic of him, really saying that, but, you know, we want to see him do it, and right now he needs to pick up the pace a little bit, put a little bit more pressure on Jhonny, and try and put him up against the ropes.
Low blow right on the belt line by Gonzalez.
And Gonzalez threw a good body punch there, and a good hook to end the round.
Trabájalo así, trabájalo. Ya lo estamos esperando. Está desesperado, que quiere agarrar. Usa la inteligencia. Inteligente, quiero que lo
Tuesday,
trabaje.
catch the next Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. Among the stories, cameras follow law enforcement officials as they bust illegal dogfighting rings. Also a Real Sports exclusive interview with Pac-Man Jones, the Tennessee Titans suspended football player. He's suspended for the upcoming season for off-the-field incidents.
Rápido, para que llegues bien y lo puedas poner, ¿sale?
Okay.
Va. Dame la toalla.
Give me a towel. You got to work closer.
Ya probó tu...
He felt your punch.
Bien vivo. Ahora engaña lo que le va aquí, se lo clavas arriba y el recto de derecha. Bien, lo que vas a hacer.
Second down.
We'll get set for the start of round number 3, and Gonzalez landed a couple pretty good shots there at the end of the round. Let's see if he can kind of build upon that momentum, Lennox.
Jhonny Gonzalez is not breathing hard. He looks pretty relaxed in there. Hasn't really done too much. Hasn't really put too much power behind his punches. He's just going through the motions a little bit until he hears that last 10 seconds. Then he picks up the pace.
He'll also block most of that from Gonzalez.
There's not a lot of body punches thrown right now, and the person that should be throwing the body punches is Penalosa. He should be going to Jhonny's body and trying to score some points and trying to affect him for the later rounds.
How does he get in there to get those body shots delivered when he's giving away the height and reach?
Well, that's where footwork comes in. He has to move in quick, and when he's ducking, he has to duck inside and come back with a combination punches. He doesn't really have to go after the head too much, but he can start out going after the body and then end off at the head.
A lot of connects right now for either fighter. Penalosa shoots a left hand to the midsection, works a jab. Does Gonzalez need to be a bit busier?
Well, Gonzalez is doing the right thing right now. He's keeping the fight in the center of the ring. He doesn't want to put his back up against the ropes. He's trying to catch Penalosa on the way in, but he's throwing some good shots. Penalosa's right there in the middle. Jhonny Gonzalez can shut his eyes and throw a punch, and Penalosa will still be there because he's not really giving you too much head movement. He's not giving you different angles, which he should be. He's just coming in straight forward.
Penalosa blocks that volley from Gonzalez.
And although Penalosa's there to be hit, he's doing a good job keeping his hands nice and high and not getting hit with any silly shots in there.
So a counter shot from Penalosa. Looks to the head, works a jab. Gonzalez digs to the body. A hook working for Gonzalez. Penalosa steps in the pocket. End of 3.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Deep breath. Okay, Jerry.
I got a headbutt, no cut on that. Ready?
Okay.
We're looking good. How we doing, Joe? Looking good? Squirt.
Jerry, just use the double jab and get a little closer and then drop down to the body for me, okay? All right? Just double jab that jab up for me, okay? You let your hands go a little bit more. Double jab, put that left hand in the body and come back with the hook. Do you hear me?
Okay.
All right?
And here's a replay of Penalosa ducking and coming up and catching Jhonny Gonzalez with his head on his nose. And it affected Jhonny, as you can tell.
Gerry Penalosa and Jhonny Gonzalez begin round number 4, scheduled for 12. Gonzalez defending his Bantamweight championship. Let's get a look at Harold Letterman's scorecard.
Okay, Bob. 2 rounds to 1. 29-28. Jhonny Gonzalez. You know, Bob, Jhonny Gonzalez is one of these slick stylists that once he gets into his rhythm, he's brutal to fight the guy. I mean, you know, he moves, he gets off of the jab, he touches you, he throws triple left hooks, he powers up points the way Virgil Hill used to do. Touches your moves, touches your moves, touches your moves, you know, and he'll double and triple that hook. So, anyway, I thought Gonzalez won rounds 2 and 3. 2-1, Gonzalez.
You know, one of the interesting things, Lennox, when you take a look at this fight with Gonzalez and his height advantage and his reach advantage, according to CompuBox, as of right now, he's only landed 5 of 104 jabs in the fight. I think he'd want a little bit more accuracy with his jab.
Well, he definitely needs to step into his jab. That would help him. Right now, it's Penalosa is making this an easy fight for him because he's standing right there in front of him. Jhonny Gonzalez knows he's going to come, and all he does is step back, throw a couple punches. They don't need to be hard, but, you know, Penalosa's there, and it makes it look like he's scoring the points.
So you're saying it's easy for Gonzalez right now?
Yeah, very easy for Gonzalez. What Penalosa needs to do is go to that body, throw a couple jabs to the head, go step right to the body, put him up against the ropes, and start throwing some combinations in there. He said in this particular fight he wants to throw more punches, but he has to get in to throw the punches. And then when he's inside, that's when he's got to throw the combination punches. So waiting around for Jhonny Gonzalez is the wrong thing to do. He's to cut off the ring and push him against the ropes.
Gonzalez has had some success with that left hook to the body.
And that's one of his honey punches, is that left hook to the body. After he throws a good combination, that left hook is always there.
And Penalosa told us he wants to be busier after that loss to Daniel Ponce de Leon. I don't know if he's been extremely busier through nearly the first 4 rounds of the fight.
Jhonny Gonzalez is doing a great job keeping him at a distance right now. He's in Jhonny Gonzalez's punching distance, and if you look, Penalosa's trying to throw punches, but he's coming up short because Jhonny Gonzalez has longer arms, plus he's stepping backwards.
Not a lot of punches coming from Penalosa here in the 4th.
See, Penalosa, he wants to press the action, but he's pressing it at the last 10 seconds when he needs to press it from the first time the bell rings.
Still to come, our main event on Boxing After Dark. Daniel Ponce de Leon defends his 122-pound title. Hailing out of Mexico, coming off the win against Gerry Penalosa, making the 5th defense of his championship belt. A 2000 Olympian from Mexico, a businessman, but also a boxing champion. He's coming up in our main event. Daniel Ponce de Leon puts his title on the line against the Philippines' Ray Batista.
5 rounds now.
And here we see a little left by Gonzalez at the end of the round, catching Penalosa right on the chin. Penalosa trying to come back, but too late.
Interesting point you made, Lennox, at the end of the round, too. Penalosa not doing a lot until the end of the round. He needs to have a busier pace throughout, doesn't he?
Well, he needs to start it off right now. I mean, there's no use waiting till you hear that 10-second call on the mat and then try and win the round. You should try and win the round straight as soon as you hear the bell go. Impose your will against the guy, put him up against the ropes and win.
Those power shots, those left hands, those hooks have been successful for Gonzalez. Penalosa doing too much following here and not enough cutting off of the ring?
Well, he's got that foot on the outside, but he needs to make more quicker moves with his feet to shorten the distance between him and Jhonny Gonzalez so he can get his combination punches going. And you notice Jhonny Gonzalez is using that left hand. He's not really putting too much power behind the jab. He's using it as a measuring tool to keep him on the outside, keep him at a certain distance so he can throw his combinations.
It almost looked like that time Gonzalez telegraphed that he was going to throw the left hook to the body, and Penalosa did nothing and just let it land.
It's like Penalosa wants to get hit first before he reacts and throws the combination, but when he reacts to throw a combination, Jhonny Gonzalez is gone. There you have it again. Jhonny throwing the combination, Penalosa reacting after.
Gonzalez rips the right hand to the stomach of Penalosa. Penalosa shoots the left hand to the body of Gonzalez. Kind of one punch at a time, though, Lennox.
Yeah, Penalosa should be more on the balls of his toes, ready to react, ready to shorten that distance so he can gain better position to throw his punches because of the fact that he's got shorter arms. Still waiting around, allowing Jhonny Gonzalez to keep him at a distance. There you have another clash of heads. Both boxers coming in, clash of heads, and I'm surprised there's not a cut. And here we go. This is where whoever wants it is going to take it right now.
Gonzalez keeps the distance and ends the round nicely. Each Wednesday, catch Hard Knocks training camp with the Kansas City Chiefs. There are 4 more weeks to go. Watch exclusive NFL Films footage as we chronicle the hardships of rookies and veterans alike as they battle through injuries and adversity to secure a roster spot, as well as the raging battle for the starting quarterback position and the running back dilemma. Hard Knocks training camp with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Come back to the right hook to the head. You hear me? All right? Bang, bang, right there, okay? Now don't wait on him. You keep pushing. Keep backing this guy up. But now here, Jerry, the last 10 seconds he's trying to steal the round, okay? Fire your combinations, okay? Don't let him steal the last 10 seconds of the round. You hear me?
And here we're going to see another headbutt by Penalosa. Clash of heads on the same spot. Like I said, I'm surprised there's not a cut. Jhonny Gonzalez very durable.
Interesting, trainer Freddie Roach told Penalosa in the last 10 seconds of the round, he, meaning Gonzalez, is trying to steal the round. It seems like that's what Penalosa is trying to do.
Yes, and you know, he shouldn't be trying to steal the rounds. He should be trying to win the rounds.
According to CompuBox, over the last 2 rounds, Gonzalez has outlanded Penalosa 37-16. He's done it with power shots. Bob Papa, Lennox Lewis, the Arco Arena in Sacramento, California. HBO's Boxing After Dark. Jhonny Gonzalez defending his 118-pound championship against Gerry Penalosa. Still to come in our main event, Daniel Ponce de Leon defends his title against Ray Batista. No knockdown so far in the fight. Gonzalez has been able to control the distance as Penalosa does get inside, but Right away, Gonzalez fires back with the right hand.
And Penalosa needs to do something in a hurry because this fight's slipping away from him round by round unless he does something drastic. And what I mean by drastic, he needs to put on a lot more pressure on Jhonny Gonzalez, put him up against the ropes, and throw different combinations, get wild in there. Still flat-footed, needs to be on the balls of his toes, and needs to throw some jab. There's another clash of heads right there. I'm sure the referee's going to talk to Penalosa about that.
Let's go.
But in turn, the referee warns both boxers.
Penalosa, a highly respected boxer in the Philippines. In fact, he is the idol of Manny Pacquiao. Been a great champion at the tail end of his career here at the age of 35. In fact, he told us yesterday, after this fight, after he won this fight, and he was confident, very confident, in fact, thinking he may knock out Gonzalez, that maybe one more fight and he's done. Good double left hook to the body, though, by Gonzalez.
Well, I haven't seen him throw a punch yet that really put Jhonny Gonzalez on his heels or really that can concern him any much.
He landed a good straight left hand. Gonzalez digs to that body again.
And Jhonny Gonzalez is throwing some good combination punches out in there. And one of the punches in his repertoire is the uppercut, which he throws very well.
Left hand by Penalosa. Gonzalez with the left of his own.
And Penalosa got through with a good left hand right there, right when Jhonny Gonzalez was throwing the left hook.
Halfway through. Still to come in our main event, Daniel Ponce de Leon defends his title against Boom Boom Ray Batista. Batista, top talent out of the Philippines, just 21 years of age. Gaudy record 23-0 with 17 knockouts. Coming off a May win against Sergio Medina. 12-round decision victory. Was on the undercard of Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather. Ray Batista ready to get his first title fight.
Watch right here. Make sure we do with that cheek. Just pick it up a little bit zero, okay, son? Okay? Jerry?
Come on, Jerry, this is it, man. Win this fight. Let's go.
Again, round number 7 of the scheduled 12-rounder. Jhonny Gonzalez defending his bantamweight title against Gerry Penalosa. Let's check in again with Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob. 59-55, 5 rounds to 1. Jhonny Gonzalez. Bob, I think he won the last 5 rounds. I mean, this kid's boxing beautifully. The thing that Penalosa doesn't do is he doesn't throw 2 punches at a time. I mean, when he gets in a good shot, it's always 1 punch and that's it. I don't know if it's his reflexes or the fact that Gonzalez is moving, but it's always 1 at a time. On the other hand, Gonzalez, when he digs that left hook to the body, doubles it. Here, look at that. 4-punch combination right there. He does it all the time, Jhonny Gonzalez. He keeps moving his hands. Beautiful ring generalship. Keeps him away. 5-1, Jhonny Gonzalez.
Thank you very much, Harold. I guess the one round that Lennox, I think back on that maybe either way was round number 3, but for the most part, Gonzalez has been able to control distance and use that left hand, not so much with the jab scoring, but as you said, a rangefinder, and then using that left hook very effectively.
And he's got good poise in there. He's not in a hurry to do anything. Very relaxed in there. He knows what he wants to do. He knows there's not too much pressure on him, so he can do what he wants to do in there.
And for a guy that had to come down from 130 pounds to make the 118-pound limit. A little low. Gonzalez seems to be pretty relaxed, and it doesn't seem like the weight loss affected him much.
Not too much. I mean, Penalosa doesn't really give him too much pressure to worry about, so he's relaxed. He doesn't feel the pressure anytime at all. He can do what he wants to. Anytime he wants to rest, all he does is get on his feet and move around.
That took to the side, Penalosa off balance. So each round is almost a carbon copy. Gonzalez will box, control the range, use the left hook, and then the last 15 seconds, Penalosa tries to open up.
And I'm sure as the rounds go on, Penalosa is going to become more desperate. I'm sure his corner is going to tell him, listen, you need to pick up the pace. You really need to do something in there. And hopefully get Penalosa to do a lot more than he's doing right now. And Penalosa still following him around. Oh, good body shot.
Yeah, body shot puts Gonzalez down.
He's hurting. I don't even think he's going to make this. This is a rough shot. He's not even breathing. He cannot make it, and this is where the weight has an issue and caused him to really take all that weight, the weight that he needed around his ribs to protect him. He had no weight there.
What a turn of events. And maybe Penalosa knew something we didn't know. He said, I'd stop him, and he did.
Really surprising blow. I was looking more for a stoppage with a knockout, not with a body punch.
At least according to our scorecards, Gonzalez was in control and ahead, but Gerry Penalosa, with one crushing body shot, stops Jhonny Gonzalez here in the 7th.
That was definitely a liver shot, and liver shots can cripple you. And here we go, left to the body. Oh, right in the liver shot there. Always finds it very difficult to come if he would have got up from that shot. And here we see it from another angle. Penalosa ducking under, coming back with that left hook right to the liver.
It was the perfect shot.
Unbelievable shot. Nobody really expected it. Came out of nowhere. We wanted Penalosa to do something in a hurry, and he did it.
Gerry Penalosa promised a knockout. He was so confident he was going to get a knockout. It didn't look like it was going that way.
No, I tell you, the fight looked like it was slipping away from him, and all of a sudden, we seen Jhonny Gonzalez go to his knees, grinning in pain from that liver shot.
Incredible. For the official time of the stoppage, here's Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to a sudden and dramatic end with an official time of 2 minutes, 45 seconds of the 7th round. Your winner, by way of knockout and new WBO Bantamweight champion of the world, from the Philippines, Gerry